Hello and welcome back to VTOL History, and on today's episode we're going to be talking about Project Bumblebee. But first, if you enjoy my history content, please consider subscribing and checking out the Patreon linked in the description. So back in 1943, the Germans were bombing US ships with anti-ship guided bombs. From outside of the anti-aircraft guns' effective range, this highlighted the need for a mid-range air defense system as a bridge between the anti-aircraft guns and the carrier-launched fighters. As this mid-range system would become required for new airborne threats that were to be developed around this time. One proposed solution was a ramjet-powered missile. Missiles having barely been invented, the US Navy was already thinking of ways to use them for self-offense. So they had the initial applied physics lab cook up the propulsion test vehicle N-4 Cobra burn test vehicle. The Cobra was first tested in October of 1945. Project Bumblebee would have several other missiles developed, one being the RIM-2 Terrier, which entered operational status in June of 1956. Terrier was first installed aboard the heavy cruiser USS Canberra. The Terrier was later modified into a short-range missile system for smaller ships called the Tartar, that entered service in 1963 as the RIM-24. But back to 1956. Further developments in Project Bumblebee brought the RIM-8 Talos just 2 years later in 1958. And in May of 1958, the first Talos missile would serve aboard the light cruiser USS Galveston. Together, the three missiles were known as the 3Ts. Project Bumblebee wasn't the only early US Navy SAM project. The SAM-N-2 Lark was rushed into production for the US Navy as a short-range counter to kamikaze threats, but it never made it into use by the Navy, so the RIM-50 Typhoon was being developed to replace the Triple T trio, but was cancelled during development. The 3Ts were ultimately replaced by the RIM-66 Standard, a development of the Tartar. And the projects that precede this are a story for another time. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope you look forward to uploads almost every day and sometimes twice a day. I'll see you in the next one.